Okay, everybody. We'll download Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. To do that, just go to your browser, open the browser, and then type download SSMS. So hit enter. It'll take you to the Microsoft page, and from Microsoft page, you'll see the download SSMS. Free download Microsoft SQL Server 19.0.1. That's the latest version at the time of this recording. So click on it. Uh, it's just due to the size of the file itself. It could take up to a minute or two, but just wait for the file to finish. Once that's finished, you can then go back to your download folder, double click, and start the installation. So yes, I'll wait for the file to download, and then we can start back from installing the file. Okay, so now that we've got our file downloaded, now what we need to do is we need to just double click on it. Simple. And from once double clicked, you'll be just able to see the first screen in here. And to begin with, you've got your welcome note, and then you've got your location. So again, I'm just going to choose the default location, which is in C drive, and all I need to do in here is just click on install button. Now I'm just going to click on install. Again, due to the file size, this will probably take up to a minute or two. But yeah, I will just stop my video in here, and then I'll come back to the same screen once the installation is finished. Once this installation is finished, that's where we will be able to connect to our database as well. Setup complete. So setup complete, close, and then you can come to your start menu. From your start menu, you should be able to see your Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio just under your recently added apps. If you scroll down slightly, you should also be able to see this under the Microsoft SQL Server 2019, and then you've got Microsoft 2019 tools. So under that, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So click on that one. Once you've clicked, this is the bit where you are connecting to your SQL sites. Once you're connected, you will be able to create databases. So right, once your SQL Server Management Studio, that bit is loaded. The first thing is it's just going to ask you about the service type, which is a database engine. That's what we're going to do. We're going to connect to a database. The server name is your SQL Server instance name. And that instance name, if you click on here, I've got more than one instance installed on my machine, but if this is the only time that you installed your SQL Server on your computer, you're probably only going to see one. I'm just going to select the first one. That's the latest one that we've installed. Authentication, this bit of the SQL Server Management Studio itself will be covered later on in the course, where I'll just talk about how many types of authentication there is, and what can we do to create these authentications as well, in terms of creating users' passwords and giving them individual controls and accessibilities. But at the moment, we're just going to keep the authentication to Windows authentication. What that, we've got the connect option. Let me click on this one. That will just connect us to our studio. Okay, so once you're connected, you should be able to see a few things in here. One of them is databases. You've got security, you've got server object, you've got replication, polybase. We'll talk about most of these ones in our upcoming videos. But yeah, the most important one for us to cover would be is just that we would be covering is the database section.